Okay, welcome everybody. ASICC 2025 happening at the Pride Inn Hotel in Shanzu, Nairobi, Kenya. This is the premier event for schools, the odd numbers if you'd like, because there are two main events in Africa, in every continent, for people who play chess, children who play chess. This is the under 7, under 9, under 13, under 11, under 15, under 17 championship, both boys and girls, involving 11 countries, taking place in Mombasa, Kenya, at the Pride Inn Hotel in Shanzu. Wonderful experience. This is round one. The games have just started, and I'll very quickly just take you through to the main board. What's going on there? This is a view of the tournament hall. Already we can see the top boards are playing on DGT. We are working quite hard to get the DGT footage so that we are able to bring you precisely what is going on there. I want to see very quickly if we are able to get for you the main if we can get for you the main pairing, so that we see exactly what's going on, how many countries are participating in this event. And I'll very quickly go up, even as I request my colleague Tenino Isaac, with whom we are preparing this footage, to find the link and share in the respective WhatsApp groups. Also muting and also checking for us audio quality, so that the quality is good despite what I'm asking him to mute. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the top events in Africa. We are having the greatest chess talents in the African continent meeting in Kenya today. Close to 1,000 participants across 12 groups, across 10 categories actually, and 7 open and girls. Open meaning that both girls and boys can play, but girls, only girls can play. And 9 open and girls, and 11 open and girls, and 11 under 13 open and girls, under 15 the same, under 17 the same. So the oldest player in this category will be 17 years old. They weren't 17 at 1st of January 2025, but they could have turned 17. Very young talents, but don't let that confuse you. Some of these players can beat me, and I am the 2018 national chess champion. So this is how tough the competition is. We very quickly will take some time to go back and see if we can let's see if I can bring to you the board, the whole board is. No, I don't think I'm getting you that board. Sorry guys, just a moment. Yeah, when you don't have the screen, you can set the camera to actually see the game, to follow one board. We can select any. We can select Manyeki's board to start with. Bear with us guys as we do a couple of adjustments as we wait. We are waiting for the Lichess link. I'm here with a very talented young man, Elijah Otieno. You cannot see him on screen, but I'm asking him to keep track. As soon as the Lichess link is up, then we are able to see it. This is the one request I'm making of Mr. Elijah. You can do this? Yes. Okay, so keep track of the Lichess link. As soon as it's available, alert us. In the meantime, we'll try to position the camera so that you can see the board. It is. I'm looking at times E7, that's a checkmate, and we can move. He's smiling already, arranging his board. Quick checkmate. Nathaniel Manyeki is the Africa under 8 national. Yes, please. I'm aware we can see it. Yes, we can see it. Let us take the next one. So Maneki is arranging the board. Daniel Maneki, his rating is over 1700. Very strong player on board number 1. Yes, we can go to the next one. Next one. We can go to the next category. You can What's up? Thank you. Good news. I'm told that we have the link, latest link. Let me just confirm that we have this. That's from. Yes. Yes, you have it. We have some boards, not all, but we have some boards, which we'll do for now. Let's see. We have some boards. We don't have moves yet. Guys, I'm just checking to see. The boards are up, but we don't have some moves. So we'll be keeping track of this as soon as we have they're not moving, but the boards are up. So very shortly, guys, we'll show you what it is that you're looking at just now. Give us a moment. We are trying to ensure that you can also watch the games with us, and we'll try and make sure that somehow this is in the link in the description. We'll have a link in the description at some point. But as it stands now, our interest is to make sure that you can see the board, and we're working with the technical team and they're working as hard as they can. As always, first rounds can have some hitches technologically. There are quite a number of things that must go right. It may seem very simple and easy, but it takes a whole hour to set up some of these things before you can get it. And even after setting it up perfectly, you still have some challenges getting the correct item. So this is what we're trying to get to you right now, but the moves are not showing yet. The boards are up, but the moves are not showing. So please bear with us. We'll keep making adjustments. Right now, I'm not sure which board it is you're looking. This is Jadon. Looking at this is Jadon Simiyu. Jadon Simiyu, I can see. I'm not sure whether we need to adjust the exposure compensation a bit because the white pieces are too bright. The white pieces are a bit too bright, but if you are able to adjust the exposure compensation, then we are good to go. So you guys, Jadon Simiyu board as it is right now. That's where we are. And he's playing white. This has to be under 13. Under 13. And his opponent, this is board 2? Yes, under 13. Who is the opponent? Okay, I think the pieces are better. So yeah, so
action from Ghana.
So it's playing against a Ghanaian. Okay, we'll just check that just now in the next few. I've been given the name, but as with all strong chess players, The names are not easy to find. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm informed that we have a new link, and hopefully that link is now going to work. Let's see if we have, and we do have some moves actually. So this actually is working. I think I have moves, and we can actually track the game you're looking at is Jadon Simiyu. We can try and find that. Let's see. I have a new link as well. Let's see if this gives me more boards. No, the same boards. So we are able to go to Githaiga Arnold versus Schwartz Michael. Are you able to get us this board? Githaiga Arnold versus Michael Schwartz, because that's what we have on our screen. That is what we have on our screen right now. Githaiga Michael versus Schwartz. We'll take a quick run through the games that we have so far. Hopefully we have all the moves for all the games that we have seen so far. And okay, let's see, how do we make this work perfectly well? Okay, so this is Michael Schwartz is rated 1949. Githaiga Arnold is unrated. So on paper, it should be a very tough match. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop C4, Knight F6, D3. So avoiding the complicated lines that start with Knight to G5, which then puts a threat here. This can become the fried liver. If, say, for example, we had a move like this played, takes, and this is a fried liver attack, fairly complicated. It's a line that you probably want to take note of. If you play E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, and like a Bishop C4, Knight F6. However, in most instances, after this move, Black has many options here. The biggest one of the main ones is this, but they can also play this move, and they can also play this move, in which case you have to figure out what to do as white. In this instance, if I just show you a couple of lines, the best move is Bishop down all the way to C1. I had such a game very recently in the Kiambu Open, and then after this is taken, you take back this knight. This is taken, now you take here check. King moves away, and you bring out your queen, defending this square. And a good example is this X-ray here, and you pretend you don't mind because you can just castle. Because if the knight comes out to F4, adding an attacker here, you can take the bishop for free. So in this instance, for example, what white will do after castling, black will do after castling, defend the bishop, but then you still ignore this attack. Because after this move, you can actually comfortably play queen to E3. Of course, it looks like this is a check taking the queen, but don't forget this bishop. And so this is a very complex line. They didn't go down that route. Instead, white chose the modest D3, a very safe approach against a more seasoned opponent. And now the bishop comes out to a very strong diagonal. Remember that what you're trying to do is bring your pieces out as quickly as possible. Put them in diagonals where they're doing something active. In this instance, this bishop has a lot of activity. You imagine this king may castle here, then this pawn is pinned, and this bishop is very active. You can also think that black is thinking of playing this pawn one step up. If this bishop is still held back and you play this pawn one step up in this situation, then look at this bishop, it's blocked in. But if you bring the bishop out, then now, after, let's say, such a move, then this move is possible. Now, very disciplined play again, C3. This becomes a main theory in the Gyuko piano, mainstream theory in the Gyuko piano. So, let's see the next moves. Yeah, that's where we are. I think that's the last move we have. D6 is what has been played, and Arnold is thinking. To some degree, it's criminal to think at move number 5, unless he's weighing his options whether to play one book line or the other. But if he's trying to figure out what's the best move, then we need to really step up our opening preparation. So that is one of the first boards. The second board to look at is Ronald Wagwire versus Jibril Lombaya. Ronald Wagwire is Ugandan phenom, very, very strong player. This young man won the Jumuiya Mashariki tournament, I think 2 years ago, the inaugural one. He had been playing chess for a very short time, and already I can see his rating has gone up like almost 200 kilo in slightly over a year. And what to be expected of him, already rated 1907, playing against Jibril Lombaya Chibai. This game has only 2 moves, e4, e5, knight f3. We're waiting for the second move. Already Nathaniel Maneki has won his game. Let's see how that went. And remember, this is a classical event. A classical event, the time control is 90 minutes for the first 40 moves, then 30 minutes for the rest of the game, plus an increment of 30 seconds for move 1. That means that every participant has enough time to play what is right, to get the correct moves, and actually get good ideas. And to remind you that on this channel, if you comment, the comment will appear live. And the reason I'm asking for that right now is so that we can see, give us feedback on the audio, feedback on the video, and also let us engage. We want to share this link with the rest of the team. I think many of us don't have it yet, so do spare us if we take a bit of time. Let's look at how this game went. Already we can see this is types of defense, equal if I knight f3, and here black says, okay, why can't I go ahead and also attack your pawn? You're attacking my pawn, I attack your pawn back. This is one of the most solid defenses, by the way. If you want to get an easy draw, this is one area to try. So this pawn is picked. The best move is, let me turn off this engine, is actually this move. You chase the knight away, when the knight goes back, now you can take the pawn. And the reason for that is actually what happened in this game, where black said, okay, you've taken my pawn, I take back your pawn. But now what has happened? You can see there are 2 kings standing on this file, and that file is open, meaning that a rook or a queen on this file can become very dangerous. Maneki knows this, brings his queen. He is attacking the king by extra. So this check, this pawn actually loses the knight immediately. So basically this is just not a good move, and the knight is picked, and yeah, this one is not good. Ordinarily one would be tempted to play here, winning the queen, but there's a better move, because this is much better. It's a splendid move. It's exactly what Maneki played, because if you play here, yes, you're winning the queen, but the king can move away into that square, and therefore you take a queen. Yes, white is still winning, but to be precise, this move is a brilliant move, because now the king can't go to that square. The only move is queen e7, and that's what was played, and queen e7 checkmate. We have checkmate on the board at rook number 5. Maneki Nathaniel has won his game in that regard. Let's look at a couple of games that we also still have. We have Jadon Simiyu versus Harshan Pradeep from Ghana, I believe. This game has gone on for 16 moves. They are playing very fast, but these are very strong players. So the fact that they're playing this fast is because I know they know their opening lines. This is the reason why they're playing this fast. So let's see how it started. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, c3, okay, knight f6, d3. So this is the principal line, avoiding the more complicated line that starts with e4, in which case this can be taken. Here, white has options. One of the key options is actually to play e5. This is the best move. And now the best move for black is to play d5, counter-attacking. If you take my knight, I take your bishop, and black is chilling. And the best move for white is to move the knight away, and then the knight comes to the center. We properly defended. If, however, after e5 you make this terrible mistake, and play your knight to e4, it looks like the game is early, but the knight to d5, this knight is locked. Which is usually lost. Okay. The king can't castle in this case. So you can save your knight, but you weaken your diagonal quite significantly. Otherwise, this bishop, there's a bishop and a knight attacking. You can't come here, you can't come here, you can't come here, you can't come here. So knowing these opening lines is really, really important. And finally, that's not played. Another line that could happen is when you can actually pick up this way, then there's this check. But this is very long and lengthy. A common line is to play here, fix. So that's a pawn sacrifice. And then here the best thing is actually to pick with the knight bishop. Because you okay? Pick with the bishop, after which this move is played and chaotic scenes can arise. My daughter beat me in this line as I was black. She's 7 o'clock part of the line. I just give you an idea of how this can go. This takes, and then this move happens. Here you should castle, and if you don't castle, let's say you find a very nice plan here. This is actually completely losing for black. So please look at it with your coach. Sorry.
Noisy.
So if you go back to the game, there are many lines. A very simple thing is picks here. This pawn can't be taken because of this check, and the queen is lost. The bishop is lost. Sorry, so it's very complicated, this one. And what looks like the most natural move, picks. In the past, we used to teach our juniors to play this move because if you pick here, then there's this check. The king, wherever they move here or here, let's say here, there's this attack on the queen, and the queen looks like it has space, but it doesn't. The only hope is to block with the knight. Rook comes here, and now whatever you play, this check happens. You picks back, you pick back, and this position is generally winning for white. But there's a flaw in this line. You can't play bishop b3 is a bad move. Bishop b3 is a bad move because of d5. And if you find yourself in this mess, you must take here, then take back. And your pawn down, of course, you have compensation for the pawn. Instead, the best move after this is bishop a3. And bishop a3 now literally doesn't allow, if you take this, then now check happens. And the only way to stop that check is to give out material. So you don't want to do that.
What happens after d5 is played?
Yeah, so d5 is
after d5 is played, then bishop takes on d5.
The bishop doesn't take on d5. Bishop takes d5 is a mistake. Instead, you play.
Initially, when your queen is on b3, can you play here just after bishop takes on c4? Then queen goes to b3, and then d5 is played.
Now, if you take on d5, now I can take the rook.
Yes.
Because I have an. So if you try the same line, and now you attack my queen, I have an escape square. So that's the reason why d5 is a very important move. It gains black an important tempo. So instead of that, this is still a bad move because of this move. Now this bishop is cutting off this king. So you can see, oh, I don't like that. I want to block this. But now once you block it, then your bishop is attacked. The only place it can go to is here. It looks like it can play here, but it can't. Because I'll take, you take with the knight, I do this check, and I win your knight. So this is not possible either. And one other possibility is, sorry, let's go back. So this block d6. Now I attack you. bishop a5. Bishop looks safe, you have 2 pawns. But then I have this move, queen a5. Queen a5 is pinning the knight. What is my threat, Elijah?
Introducing d5.
I want to play d5, right?
Yes.
And the knight is pinned. So this is my plan. I want to play here. The knight is pinned and I win it. So you say, okay, fine, I'm going to castle. Now my knight is not pinned. But guess what? d5 anyway. Because when the knight moves away, which it must, I can probably take here, you take back, and who's defending this bishop?
Yes.
And I've won a piece for 2 pawns. There's compensation. White still has to be careful, but white is better. So this is a very
bishop d7. This maybe a couple moves up.
sorry this
Bishop goes to h5.
bishop this.
Bishop goes to h5.
Sorry, one moment. This d6.
Yeah.
Rook c1. Bishop. Then here.
Yes. And then bishop.
Bishop here.
Goes to that. Yeah. Still. Yes.
But this is actually the best line because after knight to e5,
Yes.
now I can't take your knight. I have to react and pick here. And this move does break my pawn significantly. So this is in fact one of the main lines. This is one of the best moves. But you can see from the engine as well,
White is clearly winning.
completely winning.
Yes.
So generally, as a matter of principle, don't take this pawn twice. And that's why if I were to teach a little bit here, what you want to do is after this, you want to take with the bishop. Okay? Take with the bishop. Because now when I take back, I'm not attacking any of your pieces. And you have time. And taking back is a big mistake because now d5 can be played and that's it. Black is just a pawn up for nothing. So instead of allowing d5, there's this very nice move. I'm attacking your knight and still attacking your bishop. You can be save, Elijah.
I have to save my bishop.
Save the bishop, of course.
There.
Now I can take back my knight,
Yes.
but I don't bring more pieces to the party. This guy is pinned, you can't defend it. Either you castle. Castling is not as good, but there's this move. I take this guy. What do you do, Elijah? Do you castle?
I feel like I can castle.
But the problem with castling is if you castle, then I can play this move, for example, and that will cramp your position.
Yes.
So this
Maybe I
is
just play d6.
d6, yes?
This is
Bring more pieces to the party, Elijah. Pick, pick. Now can you castle?
I feel like now I can castle, but still.
Okay. Now
not
if
having the
you
best
castle, boom, sacrifice the
Yeah,
knight,
just
right?
sacrifice
So if you
it,
pick, actually this is a drawn position if you know what to do, but it's quite complicated.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So here, one of the best moves is this, and
What's the difference between f5 and f6?
so f6, there's this threat. So all this, there are all these things happening. Quite a number. This is very scary. You better know what to do. Very fine lines for both white and black.
True.
So anyway, let's get back to the game. This is what we really want to pay attention to. That's the young man who's asking these questions. I can give him mic as well. As or we can just move a little bit. Or you can come this side, Elijah. Just come this side. This is fine. So that we, yes. No, it's all just as well. You can keep asking those questions because then it makes the position quite understandable. So this is a position I know very well. These are lines I can continue here for quite a while. But yeah. Anyway, what happened in the game is not that. I think they took a different line. They took the more principled. In fact, if you look at Magnus Carlsen, Fabiano Caruana, Ding Liren, Hikaru Nakamura, all those guys now play D3 in this position. Hans Niemann is, in fact, one of the big proponents of the Italian game, and that's what they do at that level, D3. Now, the idea behind ASICC is there are lines where this is, if you say, for example, play, let's say, just castle, then there are possibilities of moves like this. And there are lines where this is possible and this is just falling and you don't have compensation. So there are some ideas that involve b4, b5, and so often in this line you'll either see black playing a5 or playing a3, then in this case a6 space or a3 a6. Then again, very professional move, bishop d3. Again, this issue is going to move here. Why not? Small improving moves. This bring the rook in. You can see what the plan is now. This is a possibility. I wonder about Bishop. Bishop here. That's not purpose play. This is very dangerous, by the way. Let's say, for example, I now play my bishop. I have this threat. Let's say it's not my king.
Yes. Right. And our fork is coming.
Yes. What I'll probably do is to turn off one mic and see if that helps, because I've seen that help in some instance. So let me see if we can use one mic, and whether that's going to help. That this is going to help our cause. Later, let's hope for the best that it helps our cause. So anyway, let's see what was played. Right. To go to
Comfortable position for the rook.
yep, very uncomfortable position for that rook. But now the knight is asked, what was your plan? My brother, what did you do? And that's a pretty unusual place. It's called back to C5, then knight could be futile. But in this instance, I'm not really happy about black's position. The pieces are all over each other. There's no complete plan. The key squares are fully occupied for the time. I don't see that this doesn't indicate threats now. And a bit of black move. Yeah, this is unpleasant. And already black the fox in
In this position, you wish always go back to C2 and is white comfortable exiting the bishops.
So it depends. It depends. For example, do you want to reserve the bishop? Now, in this instance, I'll definitely consider reserving my bishop, number one. Partly because this bishop doesn't have a lot of squares. And by the bishop being on e6, it makes b4 more powerful. So just by playing bishop here, this becomes a threat. They can open this diagonal and put in a queen there, and this can be quite dangerous for black. So that is really the gist of it. I want to hold this mic up close. Okay, that's the work. Yeah. So let's see. What else? What else can we do? I'm trying to see. Elijah, you know something we've not done? We have not shared this link with the people. So there are guys who don't know that this is showing. So allow me to just take a detour one moment and go to a channel called YouTube, Raising Chess Champions in Africa. And was that channel? See if you can find this. Yes, there it is. And what you want to do is share this. Copy that. And yeah. Sorry, guys. We are looking too serious. Yeah, we need to smile. We need to smile a bit. And you're sitting here next to me, but your chess story is actually an inspiration. Hold this mic, young man.
I will.
No, I was almost forgetting.
19.
change to 2020, actually 20. Then you have that have just come.
Okay, fair enough, Dennis. Wait. Yeah. So, you don't find there are best in Africa, subscribe to that. You'll find a link, and you'll be able to follow what's going on live. So it's a fairly complicated process of sharing all this and this live as you're watching, and then yeah, we'll come back. Do you want to take the photo when you're also in the shot? Come this way. Come and take the photo. Come and take the photo from here. So yeah, this is Right. That's good. Okay. Now this rocket perfect. So just move this into the boom. Yeah. So sorry guys. I'm told the sound wasn't good. I have a feeling the sound must be very good. So you can go and check for us if the sound is good and tell us. So so here we are. Yeah. So just maybe put something behind, keep it closed. Yeah. Sorry guys. I'm told the sound has been bad the whole time. This transmission and the receiver was not clearly in sight with the transmitter. So I'm sorry. But
Also, I think I'm getting new things out the whole thing.
yeah, I'm hoping to. He's my Joshua. So hopefully he's gonna learn a couple of things. Okay. This game is fairly balanced. This is in this instance.
I think like that you want.
This isolation bond, but actually fairly strong. in the center.
You can feel like with to B8, White will have some difficult time even trying to develop the darks with Bishop on C1.
Well, I don't think that's gonna happen though, because it's hard for Black to do something about it. Say, for example, yeah, this position can get any better for anybody, but right now it looks fairly equal. This is a game between Jamie Bora Kanango versus Destiny Tyler, and this game has gone a couple of moves. E4, E5, Knight F3, Bishop C5. That's interesting. And I've seen this before, because the idea is, if you take here, then I think the queen, is it a queen move to, but this is not it. This is actually wrong. Let's see what the engine says. You understand what goes on here. I think this is just bad.
That's just giving Black out. That's just giving White a point.
Yeah, that's a fault. And this is very different from this position.
I was even thinking of Queen.
This is the bishop is defending this square on G2, so this is just a bad move, I think. But White wasn't prepared for it, so he went for the simple line. Okay, and this looks like a nice Philidor defense for Black, except that the bishop is out. An improvement over the normal Philidor. Normal Philidor was like this. Then 6-1 move later. The bishop is locked in. Takes, knight attacks the pawn, defense, and now the bishop has to sort of come to E7. If you compare to the real position that we have before us, exactly the same thing. The pieces are where they were before, with one big improvement. This bishop is on C5, more active, not here. So has definitely made an improvement there. And you have to be careful sometimes about this pin before it has castled. Yeah, because let's example, let's just make this. That's random enough. Let's play a random like this. Then let's say let's do this, and then castles. Now you can have, oh wait, you're using a bishop here. But the idea is that you're gonna
Have you?
yeah, you're gonna have certain attacks, yeah.
Maybe just to take you back, I have to ask a lot of questions for you guys. I think just some few moves back. That's after Bishop to C5. Maybe Jamie might have been thinking, if I take the pawn on E5, Queen E7 will follow, and how am I going to respond to Queen E7? Looks like the E4 pawn is lost. I want to focus time expand on that.
Yeah, so this looks like the pawn is lost, because then this pawn is lost, right? But nobody is forcing you to move your knight. And because this bishop is here, let me turn off this engine. This very natural move. You get a super center. There are these two points in the center like this, and you get a and you have a pawn. So really, let's say the bishop moves back, knight out, and now even if he chases me away, I come out comfortably, and you still can't win my pawn. And I have a super center, by the way. So
maybe Jamie might have overlooked such a. I think D4 was the best option. After knight takes, then queen comes out.
So a bishop C4, I think, is a bullet opening, but it worked perfectly well for Tyler. It worked perfectly well because the opponent didn't know what to do. Maybe Jamie was sure the opponent had a plan. Ooh, opposite side castling. This is going to be fiery. This is gonna be. Was that a peace sacrifice?
I'm even wondering.
That was a piece sacrifice.
Probably is.
Yeah, but you can't survive playing like that. Okay, no, because he's scattering the piece back. Right? Wait a
But I can
minute.
easily play H3.
No, wait a minute. So if you play here, what happens?
Yeah, now it looks like I'm losing a piece. I should just go for a straightforward
Let's start with this.
pawn captures. Then the other pawn captures. And finally, I can just play. I can just sacrifice my bishop because either way, I'm losing that bishop. So bishop just takes on b6.
Yes.
Maybe snatching a pawn.
There could be something better. I'm
I
trying to
actually think white will just snatch a pawn after that.
Let's see. I think there could be something better. Yeah, let's see what the engine says about this move. Okay, that. There's this nice move. Okay. Let's see.
But really, what is it?
It's attacking this pawn. So if you take here.
If you take there, I'll just take on.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Unusual check.
Open up.
Okay, so prepare to double. Triple. Double anyway.
No such plans.
Triple. And you really can't move the knight, by the way. Because the knight moves. Oopsie daisy.
Now we might be having some mating minutes.
Yeah, okay, fine. So this is kind of interesting. I don't think that sacrifice was correct. Yeah. This is unexpected.
Right, but even
Actually,
black
it's very interesting.
I don't like the way black just sacrifices a piece and does nothing about it in terms of even playing h4, me trying to recover the piece.
Now he plays it, but it doesn't work because I can play this in between move, attacking the queen. When the queen moves away,
And then now your bishop just easily
bishop
lands
comes.
on e5.
This is lost. Yeah, I thought for a moment that you would try this, but that doesn't really help because that piece is not being actually even worse. Look at that. Check. Okay. So take the queen, take the piece, take the pawn. This one is over. I think that's where we are in the game. So Jamie is much better. Oh, we have Mandy Mugo versus Alia Jasmine Mackenzie. Alia is playing
In the under 7, but I
Under
think
9.
they merged the under 9 and the under 7.
Oh, is that so?
Because initially under 7 was a separate entity and under 9 was a separate entity. But after some time they just merged them. So now it's like the under 7 champion versus
How do
the
you know
under
this?
9
Man,
champion.
when I was young, I was very sharp. I used to know everything. Now you know everything. Clearly a sharp guy.
Gone are the days.
That's what's happening. Not
Yes,
they're not gone.
yes.
They're not gone.
Yeah,
They're
still sharp.
I'm still sharp.
Still sharp.
All right. So let's see. Let's see what's happening here, Elijah. We have Alia versus Mali Mugo. This is no. Alia is rated 1300. She's 7 or 6. I'm not sure.
She is 6, I think.
She's 6
Not even
turning 7.
5, I think 6.
6 turning
Yes,
7.
turning 7.
I think twice Kenya national champion.
Yeah. She's always dominated her category. I won't even lie. Like we had an event at Red Cabin Resort and she just cruised to victory.
6 out of 6.
6 out of 6 easily.
Yeah.
Mali, on the other hand, is also a national champion. 2024 under 8 national champion. Just turned 9. She's also figuring out her way, just having some tough competition, the likes of Kina Naomi, but she's finding her way out.
This girl is playing very well, by the way.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting game for people and with such an age, maybe say 7 years, 8 years, 9 years playing such games.
Wow. Because I think, sorry guys, I was very keen to see how this 6-year-old girl plays. Let's see. This 6-year-old is not looking around. So this, I think this is chess. Okay, takes out. Okay, so this is where I think she may have made a small mistake. I think it's deliberate as well. She wants to open an attacking line. She wants the 6 to happen. But that move is very weakening. because it weakens your king on this side. But that's the plan. Mali sees, of course, you can't just take this pawn anyhow, because if you do that, then this happens.
Correct.
And there's a threat here for check of checkmate, and there's a threat on your bishop.
Then even it is actually hanging.
The knight is also hanging, so this is literally everything is hanging. So this would be losing. Let's just confirm that. Wow. The other interesting. Okay, rook takes. Takes. Okay, so yeah, this is not so this is really bad. So I think she opened this line deliberately. Now she's trying to open more lines. Very nice attacking knight. Knight goes back, and here I think Alia should just pick. But instead she brought pin out. Okay, not bad. Yeah, she missed that check intervening. It looks like you are feeling checkmate here, but the knight is defending.
So you can just point it. It's also
But then Mali overprotects. Alia pins the pawn. Can't take the knight. I dare you. Now takes back. Yeah. But I think she many pawns. So I'm not a very big fan of what has happened. But she has played fairly okay. Yeah. This has been a fairly yeah, because now white is just 2 points down. I think there's one pawn actually, not 2 points. But there's no recompensation. One of the pawns will fall. Yeah, this is.
That's what the game is at right now.
That's what the game is at right now.
Good.
Puro Winnie versus Lavender Siumbua. This is under.
I think
Under
Winnie is
15.
playing under 15.
Under
Under
15.
15 girls.
Winnie should be playing under 13. That's my suspicion. But because that's her age, she's probably 11 or something. Or 10 thereabout. I'm not sure.
Winnie, I think she's the sister to Manyeki.
Manyeki, yes.
Yeah.
Strong
That's
chess
actually
family.
a chess powerhouse.
Very interesting. Now, so this move, this is Rui Lopez.
A funny entity of the Rui Lopez.
Yeah.
Bet by knight f6.
So, in the Superiors tournament, my daughter played this move at some point.
D5?
Okay, D5 at I think these moves were inserted. D5, but this is generally not a good move for 2 reasons. And she's here. Tell us, did you win?
Come say hi.
Come and tell us how your game went. And hi, Hera, how are you? Please have a seat. How did your game go?
My game was easy.
It was easy.
Yeah. Because it's like a position of C.
Oh, really?
They played, what did they play? It was E4, E5, knight F6, knight C3, knight F6.
Okay, let's get a board. Let's go to let's use this board. Sorry, we'll just use this one. My apologies, guys. So, were you white or black?
It was black.
Okay, E4, E5, knight F3. Your sister never failed to pick that point for the center counter. one big idea is to get rid of this guy. This is just a winning two bishops. So normally you have to play either this move or to ensure that you don't lose your guy. Otherwise, losing this bishop can be quite traumatizing. This is a very nice opening idea in these kinds of lines to take off that bishop. Then you have two bishops. Look at how powerful this guy is. Imagine exchanging this guy for this guy. Okay. Now, Elijah, would you continue for a couple of lines as we sound Kuna, great commentary, and Clifford, I want to check and see if we can allow this very strong young man here the games. You can scrolling for a moment as I saw.
Okay. Abis kisah dia.
Hello? 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 Have sex. I don't know what's happening with my sound.
We'll release that out. What really does it change anything? Where's that on? Is that alright. Good. I don't know why we keep on having issues, but hope you're good. Mic check. Mic check. This is it's not even working. Mic check. Okay, good. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Some teething problems. Working on it. Well, you can just see the way white is having also a very good opening choice, just controlling the center. He's just dominating the game, and you can see after some moves, the attack pays off as you're moving slowly by slowly. Black just played f6 at the point. I don't feel like it's a very good choice. Picture has just joined us. Do you think f6 when your opponent is having the light bishop is a good choice because it's more of opening up the light squares, and some ideas such as this check and this bishop is very powerful, controlling the a2 to g8 diagonal is a plan for black, for white, sorry.
The question is, when you move a pawn, you have to be very careful. So the check is one thing, but more than the check is what's your plan. This is a pawn break, right? A pawn break is a pawn attacking another pawn, and what you play that for is to open lines.
True.
Now pawns, what does Philido say about pawns?
What does he say about pawns?
Yes, you know Philido?
Yeah, I do know Philido.
Philido says,
Never had his philosophies.
he says pawns are the soul of chess, and they are, because they're the highways. There's the infrastructure. Infrastructure is very important.
And actually, I was reading a book about pawns, and it said that the pawn chains, or rather the pawn structures, determine who's winning the game.
Not only who's winning, but what is possible.
Correct.
So what you want to do, the big point in chess, middle game, if you know, people think is I move here, you move here. No. It's piece activity.
Correct.
Increase the value of your pieces.
Yes.
Increase their capacity. It's like employment. When you're employed, you want to continue growing, getting better, earning more skills and more capabilities, more powers. So let's look at this position. When you play f6, what does it do to this bishop?
It actually blocks the bishop.
Absolutely. So what are you trying to open? Are you trying to open, let's say for example, I play a random move, like let's say this, then suddenly these moves are, let's kill off this bishop first of all, so there's no threat. And then maybe the instances where you can actually, even you're losing a piece here already, the instances when you can actually say at some point, let's say, this is very bad for your pawn structure, but again, you can have an open file as an example. But in this instance, you're not getting any of those things. Plus, I think, you really can't pick back this way. No, you can't pick this way, because when you pick that, the other part about pawn structure comes in. Look at these pawns. Okay, you're losing a pawn already, but look at these pawns, double, weak pawns in the center. So this is fundamentally, in addition to weakening your king along this diagonal, which is really bad, you also block your pieces and you're headed nowhere. So this is the one move one move straight.
Yeah.
You know, you are
Maybe, even as a matter of fact, Black was actually scared of losing the E7 pawn. Maybe tried to look at all the possible ways of saving the pawn. Thought F6 was a good option, chasing away the bishop, but really just weaken the pawn structure.
yeah, so just that.
We
Keep
had
your
other
pawns.
options such as Rook E8 is also very
Can I tell you something, Isaiah?
Yes.
In life, the things you can't take back. Be very careful about those decisions.
Alright.
Let's say you want to get married, right? So you choose someone to marry.
Yep.
In some societies, divorce is fine. In others, it's not. So it's very hard to take that back.
Exactly.
When you're choosing a subject, okay, you can take it back by laborious means. In chess, you move a pawn forward, you can't bring it back ever. So think very carefully about those small steps. That's wisdom right there. Write that down. Come back to it.
Yeah.
Isaiah,
And one of the moves that we've just seen about pawns is F6, and I think from there, that's where Black's position started crumbling slowly by slowly.
yeah. So look at this. So look, you have to really pay attention to what your pawns are doing. Looks like he's attacking this bishop, which it is. It really is attacking this bishop. But look at those pawns. So far advanced. They've left a lot of weaknesses behind. This king is now in prison because of this bishop. And there are more holes in the position.
And now since White just knows automatically that bishop is doomed, you just get rid of the bishop by capturing the knight on c7, and finally you rook, the seventh heaven for the rooks.
Wow. Actually, even better, this is a piece is lost. So I'm very impressed that Asaba Juliet was able to pick up this sequence. Okay, picks the knight, rook to the 7th rank, very powerful, and then now attacks the knight, and the knight has absolutely no squares to go to.
That is just a short-term threat, really not doing
There's no
much.
threat.
Yeah, you just
Take the knight.
c5, and the bishop is defended.
Take my bishop, exactly.
Correct.
And I think this is resigns.
Yeah.
This is resigns. So we can move on to the next game. Ivan Dungu, this is lost. This is over. Versus Suhana Anil Yadav from Uganda. I think Yadav won. Yeah, but this is the other problem I have. Elijah, you're a culprit of this. When you guys are young, you play all your moves in 10 minutes and you have 3 hours. Why?
I feel like we have that adrenaline rush. You have other things to do. You want to go swimming. You want to go talk to your friends. And
how are you, sir?
Like
Please join us.
Come say hi. I wouldn't say I know nothing about. No, it's okay. Just come say hi.
It's not about what you know about chess.
The viewers.
Are you from Kenya? Come this way. Have a seat.
Guys, if you feel like you want to join us, there's like a meet and greet.
Look, what you're saying is that everybody here, one or the other, is involved in chess.
Correct.
So I just want to check whether you've done. Please greet the people.
Greetings, viewer, for this game.
What's your name, sir?
Solomon from Uganda.
From Uganda.
Yes.
Oh, great. Are you a chess parent, chess coach? You said you're not a chess player, so we're going to knock that off straight off the bat. You're not a chess player, but you're here for chess.
I'm a chess parent, and that's why it's chess parent for the last, 8 years.
7. Tell us about your stars. In Kenya, people know the parents by the names of the children.
Yes.
Baba Jordan, Baba Winnie, Mama Kyle.
The Kenyans will not.
Yes. Tell us about her.
Well, I've never played him before, but I remember him from a tournament back in 2023, 2022, when he played against Panchol Madol. I don't know if you know Panchol, one of the great Kenyan players, and surprisingly Tande thrashed Panchol. So that's where I remembered him from. Yeah.
Is any one of them playing in the digital boards?
No, he's on board 6.
He's in, but we'll get to watch his game.
Under 17.
Yes.
18.
and the two, the other. Individual Test Championship 2025 taking place at Pride Inn,
Paradise.
Mombasa. I was going to say Nairobi.
Actually, with the heat, you really can't confuse Nairobi.
When it's hot.
It's hot.
Yeah, I have not poured water on my head. I'm sweating.
It is the sweat.
Yeah, so
I don't think I'm sweating.
why am I sweating and you're not?
Maybe your metabolism is horrible. It's disease. But yeah, I was actually sweating.
Respect. Young man, my gray hair. Can you
My Gen Z nature. I apologize.
apology rejected? Can you bring something to This is the game between Ivy Ndungu versus Suhana Anvil Yadav. Do you want to go through this?
Okay. More of the London, if I'm not wrong, but approached with C6, a very interesting choice. C5 is played. F3 is dubious move. Do you know any opening related to F3?
Yeah, they put a number.
Really?
Yeah, let me show you a couple of.
I only know the King's Gambit, which is E4, F4. Now I'm saying E4, F4.
Yeah, F4,
Never seen some F3 lines apart from Nimzo. That's when someone plays right? Some F3 at some point.
Yes. Talking about this.
Yeah, so D4 and knight F6.
D4, knight F6.
C4, E6, knight goes to C3. And then bishop B4, and then F3 can be played sometimes.
Okay, that is one. Indian as well. No, yeah, a King's Indian as well, where this is possible.
Oh yeah, bishop.
Let's say this, and this is also a possibility as well. And my all-time favorite,
Show me.
E4. You know what's coming. You know what's coming here.
Yeah. It is called the fantasy variation of the Caro card.
Fantasy variation.
Fantasy variation.
Every time it's played, there's a drawback because there's a game in the US called the Triangle. Never touch the F pawn. Like it should just stay there the whole game. And there are many reasons for it. There are many ideas where this F3 move actually happens, but in this line, when it's played, I agree with you. This is absolutely dubious because yes, it looks like you want to play E4, you get a super center. So let's say we play. Let's pick a random move which is going to be this. Then this is possible. And even it's not percent because yes, you have the super center, but it's easy to attack for the time being.
Correct. And your king is just the best options.
And let's say this. Yeah, these kinds of things. But white is fine here. So let's see what black played.
But you have very good scores with the fantasy variation as white.
Yeah.
Against the Karokan.
Yep.
Because I like 2 months ago, I learned the fantasy variation in the Karokan, and my first time using it, as you just said, I was a victim of Queen H4 lines, and I didn't like it. So I felt like it was a very bad opening against the Karokan. Maybe if you could just shed some more light on such openings, and you never know.
You play lines that you understand, because if you play the lines you don't have, it can be very tricky.
Yeah, correct. Just don't go cram lines and then come try them out. You will see dust.
So it's not about cramming lines, but you have to be prepared.
Correct.
If it's about cramming lines, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna get crushed.
Then the worst thing with preparing against lines, or if someone just goes for the sidelines and you came with the main line, you just end up seeing dust.
But then there's something there is
Pardon?
something we're
Sorry
not
about
doing,
that.
which you can be doing actually. The whole time we are talking, we can actually be setting up guys to see the players in the hall.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, this is
You are a bit too.
we are selfish. These guys are busy looking at us, and they're not like the main guys.
Exactly.
Then when you sit here, you're not the main guy. The main guy are the guys on the board. So this is a lesson on one Joshua. I'm calling him Joshua because he's my Joshua. He's going to have this responsibility.
Yep.
And we'll be doing a lot more commentating.
Correct.
All right. So now, guys, the reason why we are not able to show you the board because we haven't really set it up. We're going to set it up. And maybe let's do that actually. Even as Elijah takes us through a couple of games, we can set up something. Let me see. I'm sure if I have something that can. Yes, I have something that. Okay, so let me set this up a little bit, guys. Give me a moment. We have something. You can be commentating, by the way. Don't have to wait for me.
Actually, don't see where I can watch from. We have no other option but to do it for you. I'm assuming we are having other options here.
Sorry guys, we're doing something that we should be doing live. We've done this earlier on. We're doing it now. Don't bite us. We apologize, we are sorry.
Aizo.
We believe you're going to forgive us because we are good people. And we are also good people. Okay, so that's much better. Now we don't have Victor and Isaac showing. We can see the two
We've
players.
just disappeared.
Although it would be great if we have a bit more light on those guys. And I don't know. Let's see.
I don't think the boards are that clear,
No, they're not actually.
especially the white pieces that just disappear on the board.
What I'll do is okay, but at least you can see the players. This is not the board we are looking at precisely. We are not with the exact board right now, but it doesn't stop us from looking at the actual game. So this game is done.
And that was who playing against who again?
This was
Ivy?
Ivy Ndungu versus Suhana Anil Yadav. And Suhana played fairly. So Ivy launched this attack. See all these pawns going up this way, right? But there's one problem. These are pawn moves.
Exactly.
You want to make the pawn moves that help you in development or secure your center for your king safety. By moving these pawns, you can't pass on this side.
Yes.
And you're spending time for development.
Unless you're guidance. I don't really know if you know Joseph Acholi, yeah? And the one player who always pushes the pawns with the kings in the center. But back to the game, I don't think that was a very good
But he used to
option.
win a couple of games, right?
Yes.
Against Magnus Carlsen? Against Hikaru Nakamura?
Yeah, 1700s works.
So, fundamentally, when you play proper chess, you will not play like this. Like, look at this position, for example. What do you say about, what can you say about Black's position?
Black has a very solid position.
Why do you call it solid?
Because you'll just notice Black's pieces are more or less interdepending on each other. Black has a very solid grab on the center, though White has a couple pieces in the center, but black just has the control that he needs in the center, which is very good.
You'll make a good journalist, Isaac, because journalists forgive me, all my friends, but some journalists, you have to give a commentary regardless whether it's a point or that you fully, like in this position, I'll tell you, white has a better center.
True. But I feel like black is also controlling the center from a distance, in a way.
No. Okay, there's a bishop, yes.
Yes,
but
there's the pawn.
He has these 2 pawns.
What if...
There's a bishop here. There's a knight. Yeah, so the center is white. So I'll show you how to analyze a position.
Okay.
By looking at 6 important factors.
6 factors.
6 factors. Any position, then you can say who is better.
Okay.
And please listen carefully. Write this down if you're watching from home, because this is an important one.
Taking notes.
Number 1, you look at material.
Material. Yes.
Who has more pieces? Who has more? Just basically count. Right?
Yes.
In this case, the material is equal.
Equal.
They're both equal, right?
Yes.
Number 2, let us look at center control.
Center control.
Who has better center control? And the center is this. Look at it like these 4 squares. So let me clear all these lines. How do I clear all the lines?
Just click it. Yes.
So this center squares, yeah? Who has better control? And you can see that white has 2 squares, 2 pawns there.
Yes.
Black has only 1.
True.
Then also distal control. There's that bishop. There's that knight. Okay, so definitely white has better center control.
Yes.
Okay. The third item you want to look at is pawn structure. So pawn structure, you look at how is there any pawn weaknesses in the position? And here, what's a better pawn structure?
Black.
Why?
Why? That's a good question.
Does white have any pawn weakness?
This is an isolated pawn, number 1.
There's no isolated pawn anyway.
The G pawn.
It's not isolated.
No, currently it's not doing anything.
Yeah, but it's not isolated. Isolated means there's pawn on this side or on this side.
And then the F pawn is a backward pawn in a way.
It could be. If, say, for example, this pawn moves up here and you can't advance it. And yes, you can argue that, yes, it's been left behind, but right now it can move forward.
Okay.
So, but you are right. The black pawn structure gives a better impression compared to
the white pawn structure.
Agree. But there are no real weaknesses other than these pawns are far advanced and they're stretched. So you can imagine the space behind, right?
So you could also just argue, maybe say an overstretched pawns can be weaknesses or strengths at some point.
For a different reason, which you're going to look at next.
Okay.
King safety is the next parameter.
Yes.
So which king is safer?
I will say black.
Definitely. It's castled.
Correct.
And he has all these pawns in front of the king.
Plus a bishop.
Like a nice wall, right?
Yes.
Look at this king. So airy. It's out in the Mombasa breeze. You don't want to come near Portuguese. The Portuguese are lurking around, the many Arabs are lurking around. You can be crushed anytime. This king is open. You definitely can't castle this side. Best castle this side. Hi. How'd the game go? Good job.
We're having Erica on board.
Come, Erica. Is Erica's game showing here?
Erica, you're playing on which board? Board 3. Not. It was just a board shot of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Erica Moturi, please join us, Erica. The guys can see even though you can't see yourself here.
Yeah.
Just have a seat.
Just you can.
Oh, you guys are streaming?
Yeah, you can just come say hi.
No, not just talking for fun.
Talking for fun.
Did you hear what Erica just said?
Actually, I would say this is also talking in a good way.
Did you guys hear what Erica just said?
Talking for fun.
Talking for fun.
You guys are conversing with each other, not streaming.
Yeah, we're actually conversing with each other, but let's now converse with you also, Erica. Now there's no seat. When we get guys, pretend that she's sitting down right now.
Yes.
Erica, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
I'll make this long enough so you see how long you can squat as well. Okay, so how was the game?
The game was good. Yeah.
How long have you played chess for?
Like 7 years.
7 years.
7-6.
7-6.
Yeah.
I first saw your game against Lyles, this guy who was doing a simultaneous exhibition, and it struck me your game was next level. You are very sharp. I was expecting you to be a WGM by now. What happened?
I wasn't taking chess seriously at the moment.
Confession is good for the soul. How old are you now?
I'm 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your plan?
Okay, now I've started taking it seriously. Yeah.
Does that mean people better get scared?
I don't know. We'll know on the board.
Okay. How was the game tough, easy? Or is round one?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
All right. All the best, Erica.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your win.
Yeah.
Can we keep this on until you keep squatting for a moment? You're comfortable. Man, I've grown old. Look, she's still squatting on.
We are youngsters. We can do this.
Okay, I'm not tired, but
Exactly. But you have the stamina. You can continue.
yeah, you get used to it after
Try ask Mr. Victor to try it. And let's give
Try
him
it, try
only
it,
a
try it.
minute. The disrespect, sorry. Respect to elders.
Yes.
Something like that.
Can you say sorry? To me.
Sorry.
And then to the audience.
Sorry.
And then to Erica.
Sorry.
Why to me?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I want to make him apologize many times. How long do you practice chess?
Bastard.
A day?
Depends.
Oh.
Like it depends on the day. Like if I have a lot of schoolwork, then like 30 minutes. But
That's like your bad day, 30 minutes.
yeah,
Good day?
I don't know. You just practice until you get tired.
I'm going to ask you a tough question. This is a very tough question. Honest answers only. Do you love chess?
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it takes. Champion in the well, she's already a champion, and a lot more coming. So congratulations, Erica. All the best in the coming games.
Thank you.
Thank you. So
Yeah,
that's
bye,
Erica
guys.
Muturi, under 17, tough player, and very fit as well. So yeah. Okay. So let's get back to this game. We were analyzing something and just showing how to analyze a game. So we got king safety, and the king safety here is very bad for white. Okay. Then the next thing you want to look at is development. Development basically is like is development a good thing? Do you want guys to be employed? Yes. Okay. So if you lead a government and half your guys are unemployed, who's the better leader? Look, in this position, eyes off. The camera in house is not. There's no activity on that board. Maybe you can give a wider shot. So who's ahead in development here? Development includes castling. It's very simple.
Black.
Okay. You want to get your queen out as well? Yes, the queen is part of development, and the knight goes out.
Knight, yes.
Yeah? So basically 2 moves, and the rooks are joined. The king is castled.
Correct.
2 moves. Let's count whites. How many moves are needed?
3. The
1,
bishop move, the
2,
queen move, then castle.
3. So surprisingly, despite all these pawn moves, white is only 1 move behind in development, but they're still behind in development. So someone has come over, she's smiling a little bit. Come sunshine,
That's
come
a win.
sunshine.
That's a win.
Did you win again? Good job. Come.
Oh yeah, my viewers, your viewers, Mr. Victor's viewers, I'm really sorry. I'm also running away.
No.
I am really sorry. I've just been informed. I think we have to leave, and this. But tomorrow you'll be streaming the games, right?
No. So let me tell you the other line.
Yeah. First, let's finish all the principles, and then
Okay,
maybe.
so we're speaking about this activity.
Oh, sorry.
Then night outposts, right?
Yes.
Then the biggest principle for commentators
Yes.
is you stay until the last game. Both my daughters are finished, both of them have won.
Yes.
But if you want to do commentating,
You have to stay till
you
the
have to
last
stay
game.
until the last game.
True.
Isaiah.
And that's what I'm about to break that rule. Yes.
She's not here. She asked me to take care of you until she comes back. She'll come back for us. This is my daughter, by the way. She's just won her game. Adela Tello. Tomorrow is her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday in advance. Yes.
Can they see you, by the way? Let me just check if they can see you.
Come say hi to them. They already saw you. I think actually now Adriana Tello is becoming a household name in her category, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, she's a very good
audio. Cliff Mwenda, you're saying, how is the audio, guys? I think we've had a couple of audio challenges today. We are going to improve on it tomorrow. Audio is good, so now it's good, but we'll improve it tomorrow. I think now the problem is simple issue of range. Pelino Isaac, check out his channel. His channel is called Pelino Isaac actually. Has given us a solution which will work tomorrow. So tomorrow's audio is going to be fantastic.
Exactly. And I don't know if can include just to avoid the background noises or even noise cancellation.
Yeah, so we have noise cancellation on, guys. You can see that red dot there, but it's not good. So anyway, I think you are cut out for this. I really appreciate your presence. You've made this a fun stream, and yeah, what do you tell the guys?
I think all I can tell you guys is keep on doing what you're doing. I love the progress. I'm just trying to backtrack Kenya. 8 years ago, we weren't anywhere near this, and now in the present, Kenya is doing whatever it's doing. And big up Team Kenya. I also put on my kit to ensure I'm supporting you guys. Even if I'm not playing, I'm with you in spirit.
100%. Team Kenya is going places, doing things. I think we had over 7,000 children playing in the Africa Schools Individual Chess Championship, the finals, by the way.
Yes.
And those finals, you couldn't just play, you had to qualify. So 7,000 plus kids qualified for the finals.
And viewers, I'm really sorry. Very bad, so that you can see what.
He's not sorry.
I'm really sorry. Actually, I came as a coach, and then I saw Victor get crash. But tomorrow, now you.
Actually, as a Annual, guys, try.
I've tried.
We are seeing at early stage when we are building this kind of things.
Exactly.
And it's good to have people who are interested. It's a bit of a sacrifice, but I really appreciate. And even for me as a commentator,
Thank you.
It adds a lot of vibe. And a bit of
the Gen Z vibes, eh?
Just close them down.
I don't have to add the petals to the flower, but yeah.
Comment section, tell him how well he has done. I think he'll be doing this, not me, in the next few, because he's
exactly.
All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Bye bye.
So that's Isaiah Otieno, who has been with us. Very strong player, literally gifted young man. One of the best chess stories to come out of Kenya, by the way. That is his story. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then try and find out what it is we're talking about. Now, and to figure out a few more things, Sunshine, you can come and sit here. That's my daughter who has finished. And you have to go around. Let's take a run through the other guy. So the fun guy has left, so now the serious guy is left. The fun guy has left, the serious guy is left. Is that now even pun? Is that a pun? That wasn't the intention. I wasn't trying to make a pun, but that is what has happened. I want to look at the games a little bit more in detail. I think let's go to Karemi Bwalia, Margaret. This game is over as well. Again, you shouldn't lose with an hour on your clock. That is not good. Okay, sorry, I'm going through very quickly. E4, E5 is fairly fine. Knight F3, Knight F6, the Petrov, defending the pawn. And now white doesn't really, black doesn't defend the pawn back, so this pawn can fall. I think what black is counting on is they can pick this, then pick here. The only problem is that after you pick, you can pick this way. If you pick this way, then there's this kind of a move, attacking this knight, attacking this pawn, and that can be catastrophic really. So if you come back, again I pick, attacking your rook, and you can't attack my queen because oopsie daisy, that's a checkmate. So this is pretty bad as a move, and I think that in this position, after a move like bishop here, it just resigns. Sorry, I need to turn off this engine. It just resigns for black. So yeah, go ahead. Sorry? Sorry? Yes, it's ours. Yes, you can do Scratch. She likes Scratch programming. That's what she does. Her favorite thing.
Okay, not favorite.
One of her most favorite things, alright. Are you feeling better? Okay, so here, again, black has recovered nicely because white didn't take the pawn. Okay. Yeah, but now this queen is doing two things. It's defending this square and defending this bishop. So that's actually a very good move. Start with a check, taking a pawn, and then take this bishop. Because if you pick the bishop first, then they take back, let's see, then you're actually losing a piece, right? Yeah, so this is best. Very well played by Boalia, who's 1700. Bishop comes back. Nice try to open up the center. Ooh, what is that about? That is just a free bishop. Picks, free piece. Again, queen blocks. And again, in this instance, white is behind in material. It's not a good idea to trade off queens. When you're behind in material, then trading off unless you're being attacked. Yeah, and this is just, yeah, this is over. Very solid play. There's really no attack with this pawn. This is very strong center. And now the pawns are moving forward. Yeah, and they're just going to make a queen. And you can't stop. You cannot stop this queen. Taking your rook. Cutting off the king on the 7th rank. The other rook comes in. Yeah. Check. And now this checkmate is being threatened. And you really can't stop it. Because that is just checkmate. And if you tried, say for example, to come here to stop the checkmate, then there's check, and you come back and check. Okay, so let's see what else. What's up, Telo? Okay, let's wait for me. Hi, Chanel. How are you? It is this is a streaming thing. Come this side.
Am I gonna be on camera?
Yes, you're gonna be on camera. Well,
Like sometimes your videos just get recommended to me on YouTube. I don't know.
good, because they know you're Dr. Chanel. Let's see your face, Chanel. How are you? Your games are over?
Yeah.
Chanel, I noticed something strange. The organizers made a serious mistake. I am apologizing on their behalf, to you on their behalf. They made a big mistake.
What?
They put in
Yeah.
that.
Nah, it's not really that hard.
Was it your choice?
Yeah.
You won your first game?
Yeah.
What's your plan?
I don't know, I'll just like win. Then when I meet like these international guys, I'll just like kind of prep against them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if I meet them, I won't play Sicilian, I'll play Carol Khan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are Kenya national under 12 girls champion?
12 and 13.
12 and 13.
Yeah.
You were champion 3 times or 2 times?
3, because I was East African also.
I saw your game against Cassidy Abid somewhere, and I could see you under time pressure, but man, your moves were deep. Tell me.
You just like play. Just like play.
And do you think through your moves better?
Yeah, I guess so. Was it the one where it was like a queen endgame and she blundered?
Yes.
Like, yeah, that one, like, okay, I know I was under time pressure, but I was just waiting for her to blunder. Because when I saw her face, I thought that she was losing. But since it was a queen endgame, I thought it was a draw. So since like I saw that her face like thought she was losing, I just like waited for her to blunder. Because if she didn't, I would have just offered a draw.
Tough question I'm asking everyone. Ask it as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Now.
Really?
Yeah.
pressure on you to perform.
Yeah.
So it takes the joy away sometimes. I don't mind it. Just keep working at it.
Okay.
Because you have the gift for it. Like not everyone has that kind of talent.
Okay.
Can you imagine being national champion 3 times?
Yeah, because I was already national champion 3 times.
What will it take to get back your joy?
Nothing, because I don't want to do chess. I wanna like, I don't know. I don't wanna do chess. I wanna do something else. Cause like I really like golf right now, so I just wanna like focus on golf or something. I like golf a lot. Yeah,
Did you say you want to become a doctor?
I do, but like I can't be a doctor right now because I'm not in medical school. So I'll just be a
But
golfer.
I mean that you have to be consistent. Like in, all right, all the best. Let me encourage you still. I know it may sound tough at the moment.
Yeah.
And I understand that the times when, if you talk to all the top guys, they'll tell you the moments they've thought of quitting chess.
Yeah.
The pressure is just much. But then the secret is,
I like winning. That's it. Yeah.
so where can you win like 10 times? You can play, like this weekend, you can win 9 times in a row, and that will be, you know what that will mean, like
Okay.
African champion.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
Chanel, all the best.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Cheers. Tello, how are you? You're not feeling okay. She's a bit unwell today, so she's gonna do her scratch for the time being. So that was. Okay, so and to remove something called there's something that was making us not see some of the games. I think this is it. Yeah, so we'll keep trying, see if we can get a couple of games in.
If you move the camera to dial, we are having translation problem with the sound.
Okay.
So I'll have to just brought it closer. Since we're not showing the board, we can bring it here.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
We just bring it close. So that we can repeat the sound.
All right. Can you give it a wide shot covering all the players? That's best, so that we just see the whole hall. So we are discussing where to position our camera so that we don't drop audio. Tomorrow we know what we're going to do about it. We already have a plan. We have a plan, guys. So and that's going to work. So let's see. So in this case, what happened? This was just a checkmate. I think you didn't see this at all. I was talking to myself. But this is what happened between Bwalia Margaret versus Dulin Karemi. And yeah, I think we spoke about this, but you weren't able to see. This is the place where this knight was, this queen is overloaded, stopping this fork and also defending that bishop. And we are saying that it would be a mistake to take the bishop first, because this is check, and then you block it, they take your knight, and you've lost a piece. So instead though, they fell in for this, and the conversion was very good. That was just a free piece. And then now these pawns just started rolling down the board. Just down the board. And just like that, extra piece. Rook to the 7th rank. Rook comes back. And this checkmate can't be stopped. Because if you come here, it's check. Mate, and if you come back this side, attacking this rook, I can still check you here, and you can't take the rook because the bishop is defending, but is also checkmate. So in fact, in such a position, the best move is this, which basically prolongs checkmate by 1 move. So let's look at the other game, Kaloki Zuri versus Elizabeth Murigi. This is also over. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, knight A3, definitely not a good move, because this knight has only 1, 2, 3, 4, no, sorry, not that, 4 options here. This is not, that is not there, okay. So 4 options, and the move, since Isaac has set for us the board, I'll just change a little bit and see that we have the playing hall swing out nicely. I love that view of the playing hall, Isaac. Thank you so much. Maybe we need to increase brightness a little bit. Either ISO or noise will create some noise, or check if the f stop is 1.4. Yeah, so that's the playing hall, guys. That's where we are. Yeah, that's so much better, so much clearer, and we can see all our guys playing in the hall. Those are the top boards. There's another place where all the chess is happening. These are the top boards that we're looking at right now. So tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to have sound coming out of our camera, because that's a better place. Do we have a second type C port for sound? Okay, fair enough. So we've had that challenge, but it's going to be sorted. I'm saying this night is not so good on the rim. We have knight to c4. Maybe it can become rehabilitated, but on the rim it's not a good knight. Okay, so if I was Zuri here, maybe I wouldn't castle. I'd wait and see if white would castle this side. Then I'll start an attack. But they've castled, it's fine. Yeah. Sorry guys, we are looking at is this, oh, for a moment I was wondering why can't you just win a bishop, but you can't play this move because it's pinned, right? So that's not possible. No, that didn't happen. Must have been a touch move incident, because this is checkmate is threatened. Of course, this is already a losing position because you have one bishop looking up this way, two bishop, queen. Yeah, this is a bad position for white, but that loses checkmate in one. Okay, Mali Akinyi versus Nintendo Huende from is that Mozambique? I think it's Mozambique, yes. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop C4, bishop C5, D3. Broken glass. Yeah, this is wins a pawn. Okay. Ooh, what a nice move. Yeah, so here, this knight is not defended. So this is a check. The king is under attack. When you take the knight, or even if you don't take the knight, then the pawn your knight is taken. And here you have to take. And it's a little bit unpleasant already because this rook comes in and you may have to give out your queen, I believe, at some point. Yeah. How do you stop it? You can't stop it. Because now this doesn't work, this falls. So you have to give your queen at this. This is where you have to give your queen at this moment. And we'll just take the queen, say thank you very much, wait for black to resign. Okay, that is Nintendo Huende versus Mali Akinyi. Nintendo is rated 1719. Kakambi Angel versus Margaret Muku. This looks like it is a first one. E4, C6, D3, D5. Yeah, knight C3. I think we are missing some moves. Yes, hello. All right, so let's go back to the top boards and see. Actually, it seems as if most of the games are over. Board number 1, we have Henry Chimbonza winning. Did you get moves? We got some moves. No, we didn't get some moves. No, we don't have moves. Okay, we don't have moves there. Wabure Ronald has won his game as well. We got moves here. Let's see how it went. Again, they're playing too fast, I think. We saw this was Jibri Longai Chibai. So far so good. I don't like this move especially because it creates this backward pawn, but maybe it can move forward a little bit later. Now this is definitely not a very good move. I can understand what the plan is to control this square, but you can't do it like say pick. Now you can't play this move immediately, I think, because you can lose. No, you can't actually, because there's this guy falling. All right, so that's actually possible. Let's see what happened. That is what was played. Okay, so it's an exchange spree. But these can be very challenging, these kinds of positions. These are opposite colored bishops, drawish in the ending, but not so in the middle game. Yeah, this loses a pawn, and that is all it takes. 2 pawns. Hi Trace. Is this Tracy? Hi Tracy, how are you? How did your game go? You drew. Do you want to talk about it? Okay, no problem. Okay, all the best. That's Tracy Mboya. We're on stream. Okay, come over. Tracy, let's see. You're now joined by Tracy Mboya. And now I don't have a seat for you. Oh, Grace Mboya, sorry. Grace Mboya, you want to come down a bit so you can see your face?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how was your game?
At first, it was tough.
Mm-hmm. What category are you playing?
Under 17 girls.
Under 17 girls. It was tough at first.
Yes.
Who are you playing?
Mary Agnes.
Ah, yes, Mary Agnes is very strong. So how did you recover?
In the middle heading to end game.
Okay. Question I'm asking everybody. Do you like chess?
Yes, I like chess.
Okay. It's been a while since you went to school, then you come.
Yes.
What's your plan?
My plan is usually to recover when I come back home because in school I don't really get time to play chess.
Okay. All the best, Grace.
Thank you.
Daughter to one of Kenya's greats, Mama Roda Olisa, who is also known as Mama Chess. They grew up in chess tremendously because of her mom. And you and your sister brought your mom to chess.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations. All the best. Thank you. Do you have internet? Yes, we do. Are you connected to the internet? No, you're not. All right. So I'm also parenting on the side. My daughter is not feeling too well. She won her game, but that's what's going on there. All right. So let's see the next game. Yeah, so this is lost. Abira just won a rook. Yeah, and then next pawn. Is that a third pawn? That's a second pawn. Okay, and here it looks like it's opposite colored bishops, but two connected pawns can be quite something. And now you have this pawn on this side and this pawn on this side. You definitely can't stop both. And this is lost. You know. Yeah. This is not good. Okay. Jonathan Manyeki Nathaniel, we already saw that. That was checkmate. Schwartz versus Gidega Arnold. Interesting game. Let's see how this went. We looked at it earlier with the mom earlier. Schwartz from South Africa, rated 1949, versus Kenya's Gidega Arnold. Okay, we saw this maneuvering and opposite side castling. Okay, the pawn structure is even now. More exchanges. If you're attacking, you don't want to exchange too much. So there seems to be a threat here, but not quite. And Schwartz is down to 19 minutes. Arnold is down to 40 minutes. Okay. We'll come back to that later. We saw Jadon Simiu's game. That was won a long time ago. We saw Francis Njenga and Joshua ASICC. I think this one wasn't transmitting. Then Kyle Kuka versus Davis Njoroge. Kyle Kuka is black. And I think we saw this. Kyle won a pawn. Very early on. Active pieces for black. Yeah. So very professional. Yeah. Sorry, I'm also handling something else. Hello, sir. Yes, please. Sorry? Yeah, but we didn't see days today. What time? 3 p.m. Yeah, but 3 was will not meet the criteria for the day that, because the idea was to have the ambulance session the whole day. That's for sure, because the chair of Chess Kenya actually noticed your absence. And I guess I was able to reach out to you because of something else. Yeah, but if you've agreed with the team, because of that other way, because it's not possible to say we are doing a full-time presence and the team is not there the whole time. Sorry? No. No, you should leave, but today we'll discuss because the team was not in each of the day today. We'll discuss that at a later time. So I think Sujay Jora has already won his game again. This we already saw, I think. No, we didn't see this one actually. We saw it up to the Sicilian. It was a close Sicilian, I think. Yeah. We saw this position and we thought for a moment that black had a lead in development and white, but the position wasn't really problematic. Oh yeah, so here the opponent resigned because after knight e2, wherever the king goes, there's this knight move here, which forks the king and the queen. So that is where the problem is. All right, so that's over. Jamie Obora also won, but he won in a position where we don't think he was going to win. Let's see. No, we knew he was going to win, sorry. He was just a piece up, yeah. Just a piece up for nothing. Yeah, this was just, free piece. Yes, this was just... I think here the opponent resigned because there is really nothing to play for. 2 pieces down. So, this is bad. A piece down, sorry, and maybe a whole bishop down. This could become queens. Mali Mugo versus Alia Yasmin Mackenzie. Let's see. Mali Mugo won. This is my daughter's category, so she's interested in who won in this game. Yes, we saw this up to, I believe, this position where this attack was happening. So Mali Mugo is very strong, but I think it's a bit, to some degree, a little bit unfair because this is under 7 playing together with under 9, and the difference can be very big sometimes, especially if you're playing someone like Mali Mugo, who's one of the top players. So this is not a good move because this bishop doesn't have an escape square, and it's attacked, and just like that, Alia get 2 points for the bishop, but it's not good enough because there are all these, there are all these threats that are coming out. So just a piece down for no good item. So that is a bit of a tough one. So Winnie Kaburu has won a game as well. Winnie has won a game against. I think the opening of the center was not good, and I think the opponent really hung too many pieces. Very professional, being a piece down, taking the open file, taking the 7th rank, doubling the rooks on the 7th rank. This is getting more pieces. This is reasonable. Okay. Asaba versus Inde Joy. Where did we leave this? Yes, I think we saw this up to some point. A piece was lost, and the 2 pieces on the 7th rank. Black argues that they can't defend this position. It's not easy because they could lose a piece. Can you save the bishop? No, you can't, because if you play there, does that work? Let's see. Okay, but definitely white is much better, actually winning in that position. Then let's see, this is Ivy Dungu versus Anil. This you already saw, and I think all the remaining games on this end we already saw the wins. So let's see the games that were not finished. There were 2, Gidaiga versus Michael. We saw this position, so Michael is still thinking. And then Kyle Kuka versus Davis Njoroge. Kyle has 1 hour 27 minutes and is slightly better. So that's still not good use of time, and especially in a position like this where he has opened up for this bishop and given up his strong point on d3 by playing this e3 move. That looks good, but it's not. So if you take it, what's the plan? Getting the knight out, which looks like a fairly solid move actually. Then you're attacking here and you're attacking here, and you can't defend both. Interesting. Okay. So we'll take a run through, guys. I'm looking for where we have set our full screen to see what's going on. African Schools Individual Chess Championship 2025 happening at Pride Inn Hotel. one. The commentary booth is in a nice place. So let's see. Yeah, we're going to keep track of the game that is still happening. We'll take this game. And we'll try and get to the players. This is what we're going to do now.
What are you saying? How was your game? Come on.
Yeah, so that's our view of the board, our champions there. Our champions there, and on the near board we are looking at the board that's on your screen right now. That is Githaiga Arnold of Kenya versus Schwartz Michael of South Africa. Big rating difference there. The challenge is, it looks like there could be netting attack, but It's not clear whether it is mating or not. The computer doesn't think black has too much, but still it's concerning. So Gidega has thought in this position for quite some time. We'll come back to it. And the second game we are paying attention to is Gashenia Davis Njoroge versus Kyle Kuka, and we've had some moves in that position, but it's not updated actually. This is not the current position. It has moved quite a bit. I looked at it, it looked like there could be something drawish. I didn't analyze the position for tactics, but there's been an exchange, I think, to 3 pawns, knight and rook versus 3 pawns, knight and rook. And I'm not sure whether that is winnable by anybody. Kyle has taken just about, he has 1 hour 25 minutes. Yes, so that's quite something. All the other top board games are finished. We can take this time to find a run through and see if we can find some of the chess results games, if they've been updated. I'm not sure. More than 900 children participating in this event. Yeah, so it seems as if Gidega has finally made his move. I hope that after making his move, it's going to reflect on our board. I can see on the camera there that he has made his move. The challenge is, I want to apologize to everybody. The audio was not very good today. It's a first day. Of course, getting the right position is a bit of a technical challenge, but we will improve as time goes by. Those are some of the commitments that we make, and that's a commitment we intend to keep because we have enough resources now to make it slightly better. We're going to do that. Big ups to the government of Kenya, Chess Kenya. They've done a decent job transferring these resources to chess right now, and that's what has happened. And as a result, there's a chess boom. I think well over 60 children are being sponsored to this event by Chess Kenya and the government of Kenya at Pride Inn Resort, Paradise Resort in Chanzu, and that says quite a lot about the extent of chess. Trying to see whether my screen is uploading or updating. Let's see. Yeah, no, we are stuck here. So I want to check with Dennis Wambogo to see whether, yeah, we need to check what's going on there. The boards are not moving. You can see one game is over there, Kyle Kuka versus his opponent. You can't see from where we are. Let's see if we can. Closer. It looks like a win for black. Let's see. They're arranging the pieces. It does look like a win for black, that position. Let's see how they position the kings. Yeah, that's a black win. The position of the king says it all. So we can reposition our board, our camera, to pay attention to this game. It's quite interesting that this young man has played chess for only 2 years, speaking a pawn now on b2, and I think black is cruising here. Let's bring the camera closer. You can see Kyle Kuka there watching the game. Let's bring the camera closer so we can watch this game. Please give your comments continuously about audio. Give your comments about audio. We see if there's audio or not, whether it's showing or not. Okay. Yeah, so we'll make a slight adjustment. See if we can come closer to this board. Let me say something. Okay, so in this position, black fork. There is no alternative. Black has to take the queen. Then it takes the queen, and that's a pretty Knight c3. Knight c3 is crushed because of a couple of things. Sorry, please. knight c3 is crashing because of a couple of things. Number one, we have I've seen what I've done wrong. Okay, so I don't know whether the sound is better, but we are really trying to fix our sound. So knight to c3 is an absolutely crashing move because it's forking the queen and the rook. So if you move your queen, then black wins a rook immediately. So for example here, queen, no, where can the queen go? Let's say queen e1, then queen times b1, queen times c3, and the rook takes on f1. So this is over. After knight to c3, this game is over. If you take the queen on b2, then knight times c1, attacking the rook on b2, and at the same time, the knight on f1 is under attack. So, and the rook can't go to a place where they're defending the knight. So white is losing a piece. So this is resigns. Maybe white may play on a little bit. May take time to look through. But knight to c3, after a tough first round, this is over. We are looking at the final moments, hopefully. Well, I'm not hopefully, but I think those are the final moments. And yeah. So very strong attack. The problem that white faced is that their pieces are on the queen side, and the attack was happening on the king side. So really, that's pretty much it, because there's an attack on the king side, and the pieces on the opposite side. All right. Our daughter, she's a bit unwell. What's up, Sunshine? What is that? Let me call your mom. Yeah, and Black has played queen to g4. It's pinning the rook, but after queen times b1, you can't protect the knight on f1 either. So those are just two pieces, losing two pieces immediately, and the game is over. Did Mom answer? Yeah, and there we see times b1, and this game is over. We're expecting resigns. We are expecting resigns here. Okay. So yeah, now it will be rook times f1 and rook to h1 checkmate. Rook times f1 check, king to h2, and rook to h1 checkmate. It's coming up shortly. There it is. And resigns. They'll not play it. They'll resign at this juncture. That is what I expect. Resignation. Yeah, there it is. Good job, Arnold. You've played well. And good sportsmanship. There's a smile there, a handshake, raising the hand called arbiter. Yeah, very well played. Both players, I think he did well initially. Then I think he went into a tilt, and checkmate has just now followed. So there we are. We are looking at the last game. This young man has played chess for 2 years. He loves it. The mom was here. And we know that he's going places. This is the last game of the top pods. We will be streaming this tournament every single round. 2 rounds tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. I'm not sure whether we have any upsets in any rounds, or whether the rounds have been updated. We will check to see. But in all fairness, a good round. Yeah, we don't have the rounds updated yet. The results are not updated on chess results, but we do have quite a number of countries represented: Botswana, Namibia, Republic of South Africa, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Kenya, the host nation, Zambia, Madagascar, Ghana, Malawi. I may repeat some countries, but I have a feeling that I'm mentioning pretty much all the countries that are there. And we're expecting Angola is also represented with a participant in the under 13 Open, and the player is rated 1533, Welland Simba. Yeah, so that is the last game of the round. It will get better. It will definitely get better. We are out of a couple of things, so bear with us. We will continuously improve on our presentation and the stream. So this is me, Victor Ngani. I've been your commentator for this round, together with Azai Otieno and Dennis Wambogo, who's behind the scenes. Thanks to everybody. ASICC Isaac Pelnino. Isaac, who has been helping as well, is with him technical, doing the technical stuff around here. See you tomorrow. This is Africa Schools Individual Chess Championship 2025, taking place in Nairobi, Kenya, at the Pride Inn Paradise Hotel in Shanzu, Mombasa, Nairobi. Not Nairobi, but Kenya. It's been a long day. It's a bit hot. It will get better. See you guys. Catch you tomorrow.